Sorry about that. A little delay there, but we're all back now. Hello
Oh,
and welcome to the 75th episode of the Smash Masters podcast. This is where we talk about collision repair, PDR, pretty much everything in between. I'm Stefan Eschi. That's Nick Priest. And tonight's show is brought to you again by Black Magic PDR Tips. Hey, Nick.
very nice. What's up? What's up, going? How you doing?
I'm
How's
great. How are
everybody
you?
doing? Man, I'm doing good. Started the Monday off strong with it's not a unique situation, but repairing a casket. I don't know. It's not
Oh,
a dent that you would do every day, but it is. I guess it happens from time to time. It's
I
going to
guess
be.
you
It's going to be
got
wrapped, so
okay.
and it looked like it had kind of hit from both sides, so I kind of just had to round it up and get the general shape up nice. I mean, I left it wavy just so I guess they could see them off one last time, maybe. I guess. But
God.
anyway, yeah, got that going on. And
All right.
what's up, Andy? Yeah,
What's up,
it's
Andy?
cooler
Nice to meet
weather's coming along up here. That's nice. That's nice for me. I know you guys probably done had cool weather for a while, but
I'm having struggling keeping my panel warm enough for the glue to last more than a minute, honestly.
well, the high today was about 68 degrees here, so it's been perfect weather. I can't say
Yeah,
anything
I'll
bad
take
about
that.
this weather. What's up, Gene? How you doing?
I would definitely take 60. I think the high here was about 45.
Right.
But I'm not complaining. I mean, I'm inside most of
Mhm.
the time, so no big deal. But yeah, I had a productive weekend. Lots of PDR jobs.
Wow.
It's actually surprising to me how much work I'm still getting for
Mhm.
PDR, even though those are the temperatures right now. But I'll take it.
Tequila cold glue weather. Nice. Yeah.
You know,
28.
that's probably a good idea to change which glue
Yeah.
I'm using out there. That's
Hmm.
that's a good idea. Thank you for the tip.
I bet it would be. It wasn't 28 here. I think it was, what was it? It ended up being like 39 or 40 last night here. So still not bad. Not bad weather at all.
I am in the now that we have the daylight savings times, and it feels like 9 o'clock p.m.
Yeah.
9 p.m. for me right now. So sorry if
It
I'm
was.
seem a little bit tired.
Mhm.
Uh, but Antonio over on Instagram says the glue needs to be warm to pull. Sir, you need to check out the 6Cs at pull2paint.com. Yes, there's a certain temperature range for each glue and its maximum pull spot. But anyway, um, I had something to say.
Yeah. Just lost
Oh,
it though.
just totally lost it from the Instagram
Yeah.
comment.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it will happen. We got time changes and everything else. So weather
Time change.
changing. So yeah.
That's what it is. So now I'm driving. I mean, you guys know I'm still in a body shop 4 days out of the week, Monday through Thursday. It's today is the first day driving to work in the dark, driving back home in the dark. And I had an epiphany. I realized something driving home because I was like, oh, here we go. We're in that part of the year where, it's always dark for me,
Mhm.
And so, well, next year, not going to be in a body shop. Not going to have to worry about that. So
This is the last time, huh?
that was a
Last
good
winter in a
feeling.
body shop.
That was a
Okay.
good feeling.
Okay.
But
Nice.
anyway, that's the plan. But
All right.
we got
We,
one hell of a show for you guys tonight.
yeah, and it looks like we have a giveaway that somebody, if the guys in here hadn't heard about it yet, guys and gals.
It is now live on
Mm.
our Facebook and Instagram. The Mo Clamp. Let me scroll down. Mini tack and pull. That is a big loop. You could fit a frame machine hook in there. You could fit your ratchet strap hook in there. Your little hook from your slide hammer, whatever you need to do.
Whatever hook
Uh,
you like, it'll fit.
Yep, and those little plates you can glue them on, tack them on, and they do a lot of powerful pulls. That's why
Mm.
the body shop guys like them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good stuff.
Yep.
Gene says you're working too much.
Yeah.
And Andy says, looking forward to meeting Lou. Let's go ahead and bring him out here, see what he's got going on. What's up, Clive? How you doing?
Big Lou.
What's going
What's
on,
up,
buddy?
guys?
How you
Thanks for
doing?
having me. Thanks for having me. I'm doing
Yes.
good, dude.
Yes,
Really.
sir.
Yeah. Super happy you came on. Your videos have been everywhere
Right.
lately.
It's kind of a weird feeling. I guess I didn't know what to expect when I started making videos. I mean, obviously I had an idea, but yeah, it's coming quick and it's been fun. I'm just really enjoying the process. And the community building has been awesome. Just how kind and gracious people have been.
That's really, I mean, there's an old audio back when I started in social media. I think Nick used it too. Is nobody supports you better than that social media friend.
Right.
And it's pretty amazing. You know, it really is. And really, when I posted it, I was thinking about that guy because there was
one random friend. Yeah.
Right. I mean, some random collision tech from Mississippi likes all my stuff, comments on all my stuff, shares all my stuff. You know, it's like, who is this guy? You know, it's real supportive. And speaking of supportive, I just want to jump in real quick. Clive jumping in from the UK.
Right.
Thanks for staying up to watch the show, man. I don't know if you did for us or if it's just circumstantial. We'll take it.
Yeah, it's late over there. Either way it goes. I mean, just stopping in just to say hi is good enough. But yeah, social media stuff. Pretty much all these guys that are in here commenting and watching, lurking. I mean, I met through social media. I wouldn't have known them without posting videos.
Right.
So
right.
It's a small thing that you don't really think it'll do anything just because it may or may not have low views. But certain people start to see it, and you start getting out there and engaging, and it's cool. It's cool to see.
So really how long have you, since we're on the subject, how long have you been on the social media game?
So I posted my first video in August, early August. So it's pretty fresh still.
Yeah.
But I've been just, really putting in overtime, I guess, to get this going.
On all the platforms.
Trying to. I'm making a huge mistake by not posting on YouTube. Thank you. I needed to remind myself again. Yeah. Because I notice all the old guys in body shops, dude, when they're on break, they're on YouTube Shorts just all day.
On there.
All day. Yeah. None of them are on. Well, some of them are, but most of them are not on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. They're old school. Right.
Yeah. YouTube is important. To me, it's kind of tougher to get. I mean, they got YouTube Shorts now, but making long form landscaping videos is a little bit more tougher for me because I didn't start posting and making videos until a couple of years ago, and I had to learn all of it from zero, like social media from zero.
Gotcha.
Prior to that, I mean, I thought it was just people posting what they had for dinner and stuff. You know, I didn't know.
Yeah.
It was.
I guess that's a good thing you talk about too, is the process of learning how to edit and put together a video, right? Knowing your cuts and knowing what's, going to grab attention is super important, that a lot of people, don't really think about. You really do have to dissect the process. I was fortunate that when I was in high school, I met a great friend of mine named Colin Siegel. And he made some of the most creative videos you'd ever seen for a high school student. And we had a broadcast journalism class together, 2 hours a day for a year. If for some reason our school must have got a grant for like $200,000 for this equipment, we had some of the nicest equipment in the world. Our teacher had no idea what he was doing. He said, "You guys just figure it out, have fun." And we did, right? And we learned a lot of these things. So it's kind of just like riding a bicycle again for me once I decided to get back on my computer. Because, dude, I hadn't touched a computer really in like 5 years or so up until now. This year.
Okay. But you were able to hop right back into it pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, there was some rust, on the chain, but,
sure.
It shook off. Yeah. Yeah. And with each video, I can feel it shaking off a little more, which is,
Well, we get used to it, I mean, you get used to the process of, I mean, you make one video and then, I mean, I have my process where if I make a video, I make it so that I can boom, 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 post it to everything pretty quick. So you get used to that. You get used to seeing yourself on camera, hearing your voice.
Right.
Nobody likes that stuff in the start, you know?
No, they don't. Do you remember your first video, guys?
Yeah, I do. I remember making a video and it coming out real low and stuff. And I was like, what is that? Why do people got these fuzzy things everywhere? What is that? And it's a microphone. I was like, oh, okay.
It's a microphone. Yeah.
Right. It's one of these things.
Yeah,
wow, you can get them to clip on your shirt. I never knew that. It's little stupid stuff like that I didn't know. I had to kind of learn and figure out, you know, because my computer skills were just not there at all at the very start.
Right.
It's something to learn. It's
learning.
Even people with computer skills. I mean, editing videos is a thing onto itself, you know. So But yeah, no, you're definitely doing good. You're being consistent. I mean, are you posting every day?
I try to, because my whole goal was, you know, to just get to 50 posts. Like that was the number I wanted to reach. In the beginning, when I was tiptoeing with the idea of posting on social media, I was like, oh, you know, I could do like 1 or 2 a week. I'll have time for that. And, you know, funny enough, this friend I mentioned, Colin, he's like, you know, why the fuck are you doing that, dude? Just make as many videos as possible. Like, why are you trying to space them out?
Right.
He said, you know, and I was like, you know, this is a guy I always like his advice. I take quite seriously. He's a smart chap. And he's super passionate about marketing, especially on the social media side. But yeah, so I was like, yeah, you're right. We're going to do this. We're going to just, you know, not ever take a break. We're going to wake up in the morning, do this shit before work. We're going to go to work. And then after work, we're going to do it a little bit more. You know, it's very intensive. I don't think people realize how much effort it takes.
Nope, they don't.
It's a ton. It really is. And I didn't watch TV a whole lot as a kid. So all these clips and scenes and cuts and things that you can do. I was like, well, my thought process was not there on how to be creative and doing a lot of things until CapCut came through and kind of just set it up for you, where you could pretty much just insert 2 or 3 pictures here and throw it out there.
Right. The templates. Oh, super useful for people who like are learning. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or busy, you know,
busy. Busy too. Yeah.
I've been using templates. My social medias are kind of a little bit on the back burner. I've got 2 main focuses right now. It's my PDR business, and honestly, this podcast. It means a lot more to me than my social medias. But back when the socials were the main focus, I mean, it was wake up, check the stuff, you know, do some scrolling, what's trending, okay, and throughout the day, thinking to myself, and like everything I'm doing, I'm like, could this be a good video? How could I frame it? What's the hook? You know, all day, every day, I'm thinking of ideas, and then something comes, and I get this dent, and it's like, that'd be perfect for that video idea I had, you know, and all of a sudden the video is more important than the dent, you know. It's like, but I mean, that's what you got to do.
And that's also, you know, a great thing is like, you're allowed to take ideas from other content creators, right? I mean, obviously don't take it, you know, word for word, scene by scene, but you're allowed to see, you know, these viral trends. You're allowed to take things that you see and you think are funny and can now apply it to your situation, right? That's totally allowable. That's not stealing content or anything like that, right?
Nope. It's called trending. That's it's
trending audios, you know. Just in audios themselves. I've done a few of those. They're fun to do. I mean, you know.
Yeah. No, definitely.
I have a lot of fun with the trending videos. I did one with David that was really good. I'm tired of this, Grandpa, and it's too damn bad. I'll tell you, man, he was not happy about being called Grandpa. Not at all. He did not want to do that video. He's like,
"What's up, Brian?
Grandpa?" Yes, you are.
That's him. He is today, wasn't he?
But it was good because that video did very well, and it actually got me a few jobs, and so I know it got him a bunch of views. Yeah, you know, and that's the first time where I saw videos actually getting me work. Because auto body videos forever, nobody showed up at the body shop going, "I want some U-brake I fixed to, you know, do my stuff." You know, so.
Yeah, that's the fun part. The trending audios have been fun. I don't know.
So I actually haven't done or looked into that yet, but now you guys are inspiring me. So
yeah, trending audios are a big deal on
yeah.
Instagram.
Okay.
Mhm.
Got you.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess I'm
awesome.
gonna have to do some research into that. Very cool.
Yeah, some good
Always
stuff.
more to learn.
Always. So talking about learning, let's go back to the front with you. How did you you said you didn't get into collision, right? So what did you do and how did you get into PDR?
How did I start?
Yeah. So, coming back, this kind of starts, a little warning. It's a little bit of a sad story. So I started doing PDR in 2020. But to go back before that, it's 2018. I had gotten my real estate license. I'd been doing real estate for a couple months. And then in May of 2018, my brother took his life. And he was my only sibling.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, I appreciate that. But I stopped going to work. My drinking accelerated. I basically spent 2 years just in this, one of the worst funks. And, I'm unemployed. I'm living with my parents at the time, two parents who are heavily grieving.
Of course.
And now putting all their emotional weight on me, right? Since I'm the only child left to bear this stuff.
Right.
And, we do that. Fast forward to summer of 2020. And I just, still just say, it's just this is really hollow, empty feeling. Like I said, I am drinking way more than I'd ever like to admit to anyone. And even now, it's something I only recently overcame last year. But my 26th birthday, I flew out to Colorado, and as I do for most of my birthdays, and I spent some time with a friend there, and we had a great trip. It was just
okay.
But I still just felt so hollow and empty inside. I remember getting back to Texas where I was living at the time with my parents, and I won't get too deep into, family stuff, but the next morning after I returned, I woke up to just absolute screaming in the house. And I was like, I can't do this. So I picked up the phone and called my uncle, who I was telling you about earlier, had been doing this for 25 years. This was just another shot. Like I was just underwater and I was just sticking my hand up, hoping, he'd grab it. And I called him. It was like 6:30 in the morning. And he was like, he's like, Louie, we'll see what he do. We'll talk to his wife, my aunt, Denise. And, I wasn't very hopeful. Like we hung up the phone. I was like, whatever. And then I got a call back 15 minutes later. And he said, and this is a Thursday when I call, he says, I need you in South Dakota by Sunday. And I was just like, yeah, I was so excited. So, I was able to pack up the clothes I could. I left. I didn't even know what I was doing. He asked me what got you into. I still didn't understand the acronym, dude. I didn't even know the acronym of PDR. I knew he fixed hail dents. Yeah. Right. I knew he fixed dents.
Dent repair. I'm in.
Dude, he could have been, flipping burgers in a basement. I would have went and flipped burgers with him. I needed.
So this was the first time that you had an actual straightforward path, something to look forward to from all this.
Right. It was a freedom. It was a second chance. It was a way for me to get
a new scene
out of all that I had been carrying. I mean, you still carry it, but with each year, grieving gets easier. But I had absolutely no idea, but it was my only option. And I got to that shop in South Dakota, Mel's Auto Body. And I know, like I said, I had no idea what they were doing. And they were just like, all right, you're going to do R&I. So I did R&I for a group of like 5 guys there for 9 months, which was, super fun. That was such a good time in my life. I mean, still, I was carrying a lot of emotions. I wasn't acting my best. I was very lucky that they kept me there, truly, most of it. Because I was slipping up. I was coming into like work super hungover, a lot, and just really fooling around with his freedom, and like I felt like I hadn't had just getting away and out of Texas. But luckily, we get that under control. We figure it out. It out. And then I would just, I'd practice. My uncle would, make me, if I wasn't doing RNI, he was on my ass every second I wasn't on a practice hood.
Okay.
And so, yeah, right. And then, I was just stealing tools. Right.
Yeah. Right.
And then, honestly, I was kind of shocked. I made more money my first year doing RNI than I did my first year fixing dents,
Yeah. I've heard that.
Oh, I think
it's a little frozen.
Internet issue, man. Hey, we've been there before, hadn't we?
Yeah, quite a few times. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's happened to me.
I mean,
sorry, I lost you guys.
It's all.
We can hear you there. We got you.
We got you.
Sorry, Starlink. I'm out in the mountains. I'm like 8,000 feet up in the middle of the woods with nothing around me.
Just change to the next satellite.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. You were saying RNI kind of paid you more than the first year pushing dents, maybe. So.
Oh yeah. I wasn't expecting a lot of money. In the grand scheme, it's not a lot. But I was like, dude, if I make $2,000 a month, I'll be happy. And my first like biweekly check was like $2,200, and I was like, I'm rich. Because I mean, honestly, in my life, I don't think I'd ever had more than like really $1,000 in my checking account for most of it.
Yeah.
I can relate for the longest time.
Was doing RNI work? Have you ever done that in the past? You just kind of
no,
kind of set you up.
Days.
So was there a learning curve into doing RNI work? I mean, obviously you're taking down panels and stuff, and if it's newer cars and they're really clean, you have to be really careful breaking stuff or whatever. What kind of deal was that like? Was that pretty easy to do, or?
Oh no, none of this is better. None of it was easy. I mean,
well, like you took it naturally, I guess is what I'm saying. You took to it like, pretty mechanically inclined. You know how to use tools basically and all that stuff. So
if I were to give myself a rating on a 1 to 10, I'd give myself maybe a 5.
Okay.
As far as, because I had really not done a lot with tools and stuff my entire life, right? I was destined for white collar life, and I got, thank God I got put on this path.
Right. So like one of those memes, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit, right in there.
I see Andy talking about the Honda visors, dude. That's so funny. That is something now I've mastered.
Are those ones that you have to quarter turn and then they come out? Okay. So to me, I've worked on all brands. I walk into a car and I'm taking it apart and they'll go, what are you working on? I have no idea. It could be a Mitsubishi, could be a Honda. I don't know. It's just whatever's in front of me, I take apart, put together. But
no, I remember. But I was really fortunate. Like I said, dude, I was with like 5 experienced PDR techs that know RNI. They were super, super kind as far as like just paying me in general for this time. I mean, a lot of PDR guys are generous to the RNI guy if they have one.
Yeah. I've experienced that as well.
Yeah, but they were helping me walking through, dude. I remember the first time I took a headliner down by myself, and I was just like, yeah. Like I was walking around our camper at the campground. We were staying with my aunt and uncle, just like flexing up and down, like, that's what I did that. It's so funny looking back at it.
Believe it or not, I can remember that as well. I mean, I was right around the time in my body tech career where like I would have been around doing that is when we had our only hailstorm I've ever remembered in my area, and they had to call people in from Australia to fix the hail dents, that's the company they picked. But pulling down headliners, and it's like you do a few with somebody else. I did my first one. I was like, yes, it only took half a day.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
I only broke 2 things.
right.
But yeah, that's a good feeling for sure.
Because it's tough, dude. But I tried to work hard at learning it. I got that skill down now too, at least, because I feel like that's an important thing that a lot of PDR techs like push to the side. Like they always want the shop to do. But I mean, I do the extra $100-200 a car for doing R&I to me is like worth it in itself. Like I don't like to see it as being below me ever. I think that is, it's where I started. I actually do, and I enjoy it.
Money, it's money. I mean, so R&I is money. And Levon Homer just a dent, and he put something out how they make X amount more per year, and it's a good number just because they they stopped putting the R&I out to other people, you know, and it's like, well, duh, you know, and actually it's for me, just like you said, I enjoy it. I don't mind taking things apart. Honking the horn 15 times.
Yeah, dude. That is
that
is relatable. I get you, brother. I get you.
But it's honestly, so when I'm done with the dent and I'm putting everything back together, you know, it's a tedious process getting all these plastic panels on the interiors to fit together. It's my favorite time. I mean, the dent's done. I'm feeling good. You know, I get to go home now, you know. So it's and it's satisfying. You get it all together and it's all right, you know. It's a good feeling till you find that part you forgot to put in underneath, you know.
Or that dent that you forgot to push that you were like, I'm going to get that dent, and then leave that one and put it all back together, and you're like, he's over there.
Take it back apart. So that's more of a Hale thing. That doesn't happen to me.
I've never done that before. Just
I ran into that situation today, actually. Me and my uncle, we were splitting a real gravy Hale job down at the shop, and you know, there was one big dent at the very front, and I was like, Joe, you go to the back, I'm gonna fix that one big dent. And I fixed the one big dent, and I forgot, you know, the 10 little dents around it, and I said, Joe, we're done, headliner back up. So we both get in, put the headliner up, and then I'm walking by the car and I'm like, son of a bitch.
Volkswagen headliner, for sure. I love the whole British thing. I was well chuffed. Class. I might not even be saying that right. But we get it. You know, that's Especially those Honda door handles with the hidden horseshoe ring that you couldn't see, but you had to pull that for the lock cylinder. Those learning those and being able to do those was a big deal for me.
Well, I've never even touched one, so now I'm scared. So thank you.
They're old. That's old.
That's old school. Yeah,
it's 90s.
I'm never touching door handles.
You won't have to worry about that. No.
Yeah.
I talking about having to take something back apart. Man, I used to do this more than once. I've probably done it like 2 or 3 handfuls of times, but forgetting to put an energy absorber on a front bumper, and you get that thing nice in there, and then in your mind you're like, if I throw this away, will anyone notice?
You always think about it first.
Right. Could I throw this away and nobody would see it? And they're like, nah, man, I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
You always think about it.
Yeah, right.
The visors, though, the GM visors with that little white, you know, piece of plastic in there.
The ones that you have to loop in, kind of hook in.
Yeah. Kind of hook in. Yeah. They fall out, you know, unless you know the trick that, you know, they're a pain in the butt to get back in, dude. I remember trying to put one of those in like the second or third cars I R&I did, and these dudes were just cracking up watching me fight this thing. That wasn't fun, but I get it. Yeah. No, there's just, it's like, could I just throw it away? You know, who's going to notice?
Those are Frisbees. You know, those absorbers, they're real satisfying to snap them right over your knee.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's pop.
Break it and then go into the parts
garbage. A lot better.
Yeah.
This was broken. All right. I got a random question for you. Do you use Blackmagic PDR tips?
No, I use a tequila well, for my knockdown, I use a Tequila Galaxy tip, and then I use this Dentcraft kind of big blue rubber one. I don't even know what to call it. It's a mushroom. But no, I've never. I don't even think I've heard of the brand really. So this is new.
It's my favorite. And, they really have a lot of options for different tips and stuff. So I can
what do you like?
You here? Well, let me play the video and then we'll talk about them.
Hello, welcome to a repair demonstration video presented by yours truly, Blackmagic PDR Tips. Today we are going to be using a 1/2-inch rod with the interchangeable wooden tip at the end. We are going to start the dent with our Black Magic Material 1/2-inch round tool tip. And since this dent is on the roof of a truck, we had to drop the headliner to access the area to repair. With this repair, I'm going to carefully, gently push up on both sides of the dent, left and right, and then I'm going to shallow it back out, and then I'm going to start trying to push up the body line. It's time to attack the pit. We're still using our Black Magic Material tip on our tool, and that's going to allow us to maintain our accuracy, but yet manipulate that metal in a fast, clean, efficient way. It is now time to remove our Black Magic PDR tip. This one we're going to go wood to metal first, and we're going to use our sharper, more detailed knockdown to be more precise with exactly where we want to blend out and shallow out. And after another couple rounds of some detailed pushing and some precise knocking down and blending, you can see we have this customer all nice and done up. Here's our before and our after. You can order your tips at blackmagicpdr.com. Thank you.
All right, that's Ted Gunahan. He's the creator, owner of Black Magic PDR Tips, and it was almost 2 years ago now when he was in pretty bad at car accident and sustained brain injury, and he's still recovering.
Wow.
So this is their main source of income, the Black Magic PDR Tips, and they are just great. I can't speak enough about these things. Even if he didn't need the help, I'd be here preaching about
What
them.
do you like about them?
So they're really, if you compare them to a cherry cap, it's smaller. It fits on better. It won't fall off as easy. And they're a little harder. So I feel like you can control your push a little bit better. You know, you could go from a cherry cap to this, you know, it's like a step. And I'm just talking about the R4 bubble right now. I mean,
they don't push through the metal. Like
I did push through one R4 bubble, but it took a lot, and it took a lot of heat too.
Not near as long as like a cherry cap or the Ultra Dent Tools rubber caps or any of those other kind that you can get. I mean, they just last a lot longer.
Not only that, but he's got the R4 bubble, but then he's got an R4 bullet, so it's like the same thing, but it's got a point on it, so you can get even more precise. He's got for door tools, for Lucky Sevens, or whale tails. Covers for whale tails.
So he's got covers for my rods.
Everything. Round tip tools, blunt tip tools. Got you for your VIP knockdowns, for your tequila knockdowns, for anything you can think of. He's got it. I mean, he's got these tips, and you can go and buy everything he's got, and it's going to be the most affordable PDR purchase you've ever made.
So good stuff.
Blackmagicpdr.com. Definitely. It's a big deal. Andy wants to know if you're coming to MTE.
Yeah. I don't know. I will ask my wife.
Oh, you're going.
Oh, yeah. No, I feel like at this point, like it's like, all right, I'm probably like very foolish not to go. I mean, one big thing about me too is like now making content, because the last 4 winners, dude. I mean, in this range, I went after my first year, I went 8 months without getting another like job, right, or a place to go, and I was, just relying on savings, whatever needed. So and now I'm just thinking about like, how am I gonna make content during the winter when I'm, not working, taking a break, and I'm like, well, I guess I just gotta figure out a way to work. But because there's no sense in stopping now. I was talking to my buddy about that last night, and he was like, he's like, you just got to keep it going. Will your life be better if you stop? And if the answer is no, then there you go.
Right.
So I mean, with the social media, I mean, you got to make sure like you could financially, be able to go to something like MT. But in terms of your social media and everything, networking in person at a show like this is super like beneficial to your social media because it shows that you're serious. It shows you're real. I mean, you go and you introduce yourself to people like Craig Dyer and Matt Boyette and stuff, and then they know that you're serious about what you're doing. And you start to make those connections, and then I can't tell you how beneficial those connections are. They really are.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing with the social media thing anyway, right? I mean, the social part is the whole thing. And no, 100% agree. I need to go. I've never been. It looks fun. I love seeing new tools. Basically, I anytime I see something that makes sense too, and the people thing. Like I've always been a people person. I've always been social. I thrive in those environments. It's what it's just, it's fun for me. So I look forward to,
that'd be the perfect place for you. Then you can just go all over the place and, have conversations over here and then over there and everywhere. We went the last 2 years, and they're having it at a different spot now. I haven't never been to this spot, so it's going to be new to me.
Me too.
So it was
Where
bigger.
Did they have it?
You name them. I don't remember the names of them. So.
The last one was the Gaylord Palms. Of course, you made me say it. Gaylord Palms Resort. I messed up on the name of it.
Yeah, you did.
Saying it, I realized why you made me do it. Live on the podcast, I call it the Gaylord Porn Palms once.
The Gaylord Porn Palms.
He won a shirt out of that too. Do you have it hanging up still?
Yeah, it's right there. It says Master Smash. Got all sorts of gay stuff on the back. But this year it's at the Rosen Shingle. And I don't know what the rest of it is. At the Rosen.
The Rosen. Gotcha. I'll Google it. I'm sure I can find it. Right.
It's in Orlando. Hell of a time. It's I call it a big party, but the education day and the show itself just so beneficial. And then when the show's over, it's a big party.
Dan Olympics and all that stuff. If you want to do that or anything, that's fun. That's fun to check out if you're not involved in it. At least hang out and watch. Hey, Don.
No kidding. I mean, sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, obviously, at this point in my life, this is something I actually do love doing. Who thought pushing dents would be so fun? And I think a lot of that too, to me, was like I grew up playing sports, and this is such a heavy skill thing. Yes. There's a bunch of different skills, right? Like it's something you can practice and get really badass at if you put in the time.
Yeah, you can actually. Yeah, absolutely. And you were talking about pushing dents, like he was making you push dents while you were learning R&I. I think it's kind of where we were at anyways. Before we got way off. So just continue back right in there, how long was you pushing and what was difficult? What was the most difficult thing you overcome while beginning stages?
So starting, I mean, he had me doing like little drills, right? He would draw a circle and he would just be like, put a high spot in the center and then just keep drawing circles. I'm doing that for now. And then, draw X's, hit the four corners, hit the center. So I was just making a lot of high spots at the beginning. And then slowly, with the golf ball and the sock, I start, working my way up. Definitely getting to the bigger dents. So that stopped me. Like anyone can fix a shallow dime sized dent in a week. I think I could teach anyone how to do that. It's when you get that, that little bit of sharpness, that little bit of deepness where it changes everything about learning the process.
Don't let him touch you while he's being your guide.
So. Right. But I practiced, but this is for like nine months, I guess, until I touched my first customer's car. And I was just kind of thrown into it. I was with my uncle and this tech named Brad Bonet down in College Station, Texas. Where the Texas Aggies are. And he just said, you know what? He said, jump up on this roof and fix this dent. And I was like, oh, it's time. We're going to do this.
Today is the day.
Yeah. And so they just started giving me like dents and panels. Like they said, okay, that's a good one for Louie. Really wouldn't get paid a whole lot for doing that, obviously. But they started, cause if you're only exposed to hoods, right, you're only going to be good at fixing hoods. The hoods are probably the hardest part of the game to me anyways, as far as hail goes, especially since, 90% of them are aluminum nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to transition then the side panels. Like, it's a whole different way to see the panel from, the sides, and then, how they work. The doors always love to work wavy for some reason when you're starting out. Love rails, fenders, quarters, roofs. But they started slowly giving me more responsibility. And I think that was from like March up until August. And then, that's why I said radio silence. I didn't do anything for 8 months, right? Yeah. No PDR whatsoever, no R&I, no nothing. I'm lucky I even, remembered anything. And then I got a call to go to El Paso, Texas. And then I started, again, went straight there, started fixing cars. And this second time around, I started catching on a lot more quickly. PDR, I'm going to say I caught on way faster than I did R&I. The problem was slow and getting rid of that perfectionist eyeball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's something I tell people all the time. You gotta, there's your customer eyes and your tech eyes. The tech eyes are looking at the reflection, and the customer eyes are just looking at the panel, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're just scanning. So letting little things go was hard, but I just didn't realize it because I was too afraid to go look at other techs work. Right? I'd been around a lot of techs, but I wasn't going around looking at their stuff, which I advise anyone, please do. Like, even if you got to do it in secret, go check out what other people are doing.
Yeah.
And then I realized I was going way well and beyond what these other guys were doing as far as what their final product looked like. But it was taking me forever, dude. It would take me, a week to get through a car. But as they kept telling me, they're like, that'll come. I definitely got ragged on a lot, especially, I did, a short stint with some dealership work. I remember sitting on this car that would have taken anyone, like a couple hours, but I sat on it for like an entire day, just trying to make it look great for the dealership and stuff. And all these other guys around me are already on their like third or fourth car. But it was just so, because I just didn't know, like, I just didn't understand these things. I just thought everything had to be super perfect. But in the end, that was super beneficial towards my growth and the confidence I have now when pushing dents. But
you got to have that push at some point, because if you don't know how to get it 100%, then when it really counts, you're not going to do it, and it's not going to be easy. Anyway. So no, it's good that you pushed yourself to 100% in the beginning. I'm kind of still I was like that for starting out. I thought everything had to be, I was calling this guy pissed off because I couldn't finish anything. He's going, listen, nobody finishes dents. He's like, everybody's leaving that shit. He's like, the customers don't see that stuff. He's like, this is normal. And it's like, oh, well, that's different. He's like, is your body work perfect? And no. So okay, like, I'm starting to understand, but at the same time, so in that effect, I'm glad you pushed yourself to 100%. For me, it's when I want to make a video. If I want to make a video, now it's got to be perfect, because that camera is going to show everything.
Dude, I hate that.
It does. It really does. And I think I mentioned that on the last episode, talking about just taking video. Yeah, taking video and looking at
it. Sorry, Andy Patrick just said Nick teaching you to be a hack.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I guess some other good advice, especially for people, because I was lucky that I was around a bunch of really experienced and like good PDR techs in the beginning. And they would just, one of my favorites, Freddie, he's from Uzbekistan, and he's super talented. He was just telling me, you just got to go for everything. Like, where people screw up is they're like, oh, I can't do that, so I'm going to write it as conventional. And I was just so dumb that I just thought I could fix everything if I tried.
Right.
Right. Because a lot of the time, especially in my situation, it was a little bit better because the body shop could save me if I failed. But I would just, every body shop is cool that I just go, hey, there's a really good chance that I'm not going to finish this dent and you guys are going to be painting it. But I want to attempt it anyway. And, you know, you fail a lot, but then you also surprise yourself a whole lot more. And that's the big thing is like guys, they won't take on these, you know, jobs that where there's, you know, 200-300 dents on a hood or, you know, 500, 600, 700, 800 on a roof. I mean, you can't do that if they're too big, but you know, if they're reasonable, oversized and smaller, you can do it. It takes time and learning your speed, but you can do it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think everybody needs an Uzbekistani friend. I mean, me and Stefan's got one. And if you haven't, you should definitely watch Borat with them at least.
Eldar, yeah. I'm gonna quick story. It's our friend Eldar's from Uzbekistan, and we were on a trip together, and we were like, let's watch Borat. It's a funny movie.
It's a funny movie.
We watched Borat, and in the opening scene, he goes, Kazakhstan is right next to asshole Uzbekistan. We just died. We had no idea.
Right. I didn't know any. Yeah, we didn't know anything.
Watch this movie with us.
This dude, he's getting all uptight. He's raising his fist at the TV. And
yeah, that's hilarious, dude. Oh God, they're so funny. And
yeah,
right. In my head too, I'm like, God, I would hate you if you were American, but you're so funny.
Yeah.
I'm not touching that one.
It's all joke. Great. It's all love. It's all love, dude. I love Freddie too, man. He's yeah, no, it's mentoring for me too. I think was, like I said, I had my aunt and uncle had connections that they shared with me, and you know, Tex were willing to like teach me things and let me watch, and that I think was the biggest part, was having those guys there to mentor me, and that was most guys only get one, but when you're getting all this information from like 10 different texts, that really just,
you're lucky.
You are, you know, sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is to be good. And I recognize the areas where I've found great luck. I mean, I found great misfortune, but I found great luck too. And, you know, you just got to take everything in stride and just be grateful for what's going on.
Yeah. You're lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky to have, well, I've got a number of good guys in my area.
Yeah, you got a lot of good guys up in your area.
I really do. We're a little bit spread out because we're not that densely, you know, which is great. You know, it's a lot of work for all of us. But I reached out to one of them for training, David White, and he really, I mean, that dude is a great mentor. I mean, I don't know if he considers himself that way, but
is he really, your dent daddy?
Yeah, sure. No, he's grandpa. You remember, he's grandpa.
Grandpa.
He's the one in that video. Dent grandpa. He'll hate me for saying he's not watching. He'd be in the comments. But it's super useful to have somebody there in person, because I mean, you can call all these guys that I've met over the years. Oh, here's my number. You can call me anytime you're in a jam, and that's super useful. But how do I describe, you know, it's, you know, if you have somebody watching and seeing what you're getting into, and they go, hey, you know, maybe you want to do this, you know, it's priceless.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, especially when they could step in and show you.
Yeah, right. I mean, if it's needed to be done, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because that's the hard. Like, I know you guys get that question too when people ask you, like, what's a tip or what's some advice, and I'm just like, just keep pushing. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's like shooting free throws. You're just gonna have to sit in the gym and shoot them over and over and over and over and over again.
It's hard.
It's great advice, though.
It is. Yeah. I mean, tool time is always the best time, but at the same time, where are you at? What are you doing? What can you see? What can't you see?
Yeah. And like the whole thing, like studying film too, is important. That's why I think, you know, watching videos to understand why the metal does what it wants to do. Getting those, you know, basic scientific principles will help you. And, you know, I equate that to watching film, the extra time it takes before game time. But yeah, there's just there's so many different ways to do it too. Because I mean, you guys, you said you've been on social media now, and I came to terms that I'm going to get criticism. Right, we're going to take it. We're going to take it in stride. But you know, nothing's worse than being told how to do something you're doing good already. Right.
And you tend to lock onto that, even though you got 100 comments, people saying great job. You get that one guy who said, I would have done this better. And just like what it was, anyway, that trending audio. But yeah, you lock right onto that person. You got to ignore them. If they're telling you that, you're doing something right.
Yeah, I'm great. That's a great thing. If someone has time to criticize you, they're not doing enough in their own life anyway, right? I'm not. I'm not going out. I've never gone out on someone else's video and thought, oh, you're stupid. You got 10,000 views, but you're dumb.
Clive is right. I like to take on a troll. So I have rules that I try and follow. You know, I try and follow. You know, where I don't cut them down. And
of course,
I try not to prove them wrong, but I do prove myself right. You know, prove yourself right without proving them wrong. It's, you know, if I can watch it,
that though. I mean, right?
I like to make my one statement and then just
go away,
mic drop. You know, it doesn't matter what they say after that. You know, that's what you got to do. I mean, yeah.
But, I mean, there's a bunch of different ways to reply to it also now with videos and other things instead of just typing it in the comments. And, you know, so.
But even just engaging with them, honestly, I mean, even if you're in the comments, I mean, you could troll them back, and it's good for your video because the algorithm likes that there's a conversation going on in the comments. You just got to remove your mental state from it. You know, like I said, troll them back. You know, just be like, I don't know, whatever the situation is. You got to be clever.
It's good for the algorithm, and
it really is.
Such and such.
It's even better when your friends come in and start trolling them back for you in your comment section. That's
funny.
Good.
I've thought about it because I have a group chat of friends that's been going on for a long time now, and they're all on board. The second I need to, if I want to pile someone, dude, they are gonna hear the call and go to war. Me and my best friend. Oh, sorry. What were you gonna ask?
No, I was just gonna say, like, we used to troll, like if Stefan or somebody made a video, I would go in there and be like, oh, this is garbage.
You would.
Yeah. Trash work.
And then other people would go and be like, you're a dick. He's doing great work.
He knows.
But it works. You know, it was pretty good.
It worked. Yeah.
Oh yeah, having friends that'll comment and get because that does matter. You're right. The algorithm picks that up, you know, and we'll keep spitting it out, you know.
I think I'm gonna have to block Andy Patrick, though. I don't know if I'll take his trolling.
Hey, Andy, please, you're more than welcome to troll me on anything you can. I'll take it as a challenge.
There you go. Yeah. So we would be we'd be kicking ourselves if we didn't talk about. You've put out some really great info on taxes and running a sole business by yourself doing PDR.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to touch on that, you know, how changing things around has helped you, it might help some people out here.
Right. So, you know, this is really, my information is only going to apply to you if you're right. It's just you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily have to travel, right? You could have a shop in your own place, but the biggest thing was for 4 years, I was, I never was W-2. Even when I went on with my uncle, they were like, you know, you're your own thing. We're not hiring you, but you'll get paid $10.99 from PDR links, whatever. And I was just getting slammed with money come, April every year. And everyone kept telling me these things like, oh, you got to have an S corp. The S corp's where you're going to save all your money. I just didn't know what that mean. I'm like, oh, I got to start a corporation and I'm by myself. So that's the biggest thing is when I explain to people, like, sole proprietor and LLC, the LLC is just your legal shield. That protects your personal assets from, being taken if you screw up or get sued, the business, and But then S corp, what an S corp is it's not its own thing. Like you got your LLC and your C corporation and your sole proprietorship. That's like it's its own thing. S corporation is like an election you make. It's asking the IRS to tax you under subchapter S. Sorry, I need to not use confusing jargon, but so it gives you this little hat that you get to wear where you get to be the employee and now also the employer. So when you're a sole proprietor, just an LLC without the S corp exemption or not exemption status, you're paying a 15% tax on all your profits, no matter what. And then you're paying then they're going to add on the federal income tax on top of that 15%. And if you're a PDR guy and you're making pretty good money chasing hail, that stacks up. And big point, if you made $100,000 in profit and you were LLC or a sole proprietor, you're right off the bat, you're paying that 15% no matter what. Mm-hmm. But if you switch to an S corp and pay yourself a W-2 salary, and I'll get into that a little bit about payroll real quick. You say, like I was telling you guys, I pay myself $4,000 a month payroll. Mm-hmm. So that gets that 15%, basically self-employment. It's not called that at that stage, but it's equally the same. But then that other 50,000, right? That doesn't get that 15% tax. So that's 15% you're getting back. And when you're talking, over 100,000, that stacks up. That's about 7,000 in savings right there. And like I was saying, that's enough to fund fully fund an IRA for the year. Like I said, moving towards retirement. But the thing is, you do have to run payroll. So you're going to have to find a payroll software to run. It's super easy nowadays for a person with a little bit of technical know-how. I think ChatGPT is a great resource. If you're confused about things, I should have touched on that earlier. Like that is kind of my secret weapon with a lot of the stuff I do.
I stay confused apparently because I'm all the time on ChatGPT.
But yeah, so the only difference is you got to run payroll. You issue yourself a W-2 at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. But then another big thing with the tax savings, right, with the S corporation that you don't get with the sole proprietor and the LLC stuff is, especially if you're a traveling tech like me, you get to pay yourself per diem. So my company pays me, the employee, the per diem rate for wherever I'm at. So that per diem is just a set rate by zip code about, how much you pay yourself as a traveling worker. A company can pay them like per day to be out there. So if you're an LLC or a sole proprietor, you can only take half of that, right? So if it's $80 a day, you can only write off $40 a day. But if you're an S corp, you can directly pay yourself that money as reimbursement for the per diem, the full $80. So it's an expense to your business, and then that's tax-free money to you, which is another huge thing that stacks on top of what I just talked about. That's the main kick for traveling hail guys like me.
Okay. Yeah, that's some good tips there.
Yeah,
I'm sure not everybody's fully utilizing that thing when they're traveling.
They're not. And I didn't either. I had no, because, you usually have to have a pretty good accountant that's into this stuff. But when I first created Big Lou's Dent Repair, I did a massive deep dive into, because this is how this all started. This is funny. It did start with ChatGPT. It was just one prompt. It was, how do I save money on my taxes? And now I'm producing videos every day for some fucking reason. I mean, great assistant, I think, great advice. I think people aren't using it for that enough. It's really an advisor. Me and my buddy, the one from high school I was talking about, who taught me the video editing, we're still very close and talk all the time. Because he's always giving me advice on things like that. And he called me in the middle of the night just earlier this week and said, he's like, "Hey, Louie," he's like, I talked to my advisor and I have some advice for you. He said, you know how you got that logo on your social media? Well, I think you do a lot better if it was just you. So look into it. And, I'm like, absolutely, you're right. And I talked to ChatGPT and they're like, yeah, faces tend to convert, views and like 3 to 5 times more than if you're just a business logo. So yeah, things you're not thinking about. This guy's thinking about, because he's a marketing guru. And like I said, he has a passion for social media stuff. So he he's the one that showed me ChatGPT in the first place. He showed me he coded Tetris in his terminal and run this primitive Tetris on his computer with ChatGPT alone. And I was like, because even now I'm making apps with it. I've created my own tools to help keep me track of all this money and stuff. It's super neat what you can do with it. I advise, if you're not using it already, you need to, and you should pay for the $20 a month subscription. The only reason I say that is because if you get the free version, it doesn't remember anything about you. But if you pay for it, it remembers all these intimate details. Because like I had confusions filling out the S Corp election form, right? It's a 2553. I had no idea how to fill it out. I uploaded it into ChatGPT and I asked, hey, what do I need to put in there? You know everything about me. I've explained it. Wow. Right? What lines do I need to fill out? Perfect, dude. These are things that, this is good advice. Anything that confuses you, like even if I think I'm being upsold, like on a website when I'm checking out and stuff, I'll send screenshots, upload it to ChatGPT and be like, what is this something I need? Right. I did that a lot when I was setting up my QuickBooks and stuff, because QuickBooks and some of the services you get your LLC from, they're going to try and upsell everything on you before you reach that checkout button. I mean, I had to go through like 5 pages of trying to upsell me on different services, and every single one, screenshot, upload. Do I need this? And it'd be like, no.
Jeez.
So there's another hint. That's secret weapon, but also it's such a great teacher. Like concepts I didn't understand, it is so good at explaining it to me, for me. Right. Almost. It's scary. Right. Scary stuff.
Yeah, AI freaks me out. Not the whole Terminator thing. It's just like I worry that people aren't going to think anymore. Things like that. No. But it's interesting.
It's scary for people who rely on it for that, right? If you're relying on it for like answers or how to respond to people and stuff like that, yeah, that's harmful. That's not doing any good for you.
That's what I hear about. But anyway, it's and the whole Terminator thing too. I don't need Skynet taking over.
But no, we don't.
This is some good stuff, man. It's Thad's over here. I didn't know I needed to grab my notebook.
Oh, where's Thad, dude? Thad's my homie.
Yeah. Just that's the reason to come back and watch this episode. It's up there for you on all the recordings and everything.
And also, I didn't really go into a lot of it. I see we're like closing in at the hour. Anyone who watches this, please feel free to reach out to me if you have questions about these things. I'm
and where
busy,
can they reach you?
They can reach me on, you can add me on Facebook or follow me. I don't have Big Lou's Dent Repair on Facebook. It's just me, just Louie Fanning. You can find me, follow me, add me as a friend. Any of that works. And then on Instagram and TikTok at Big Lou's Dent Repair. You can find me there. Message me. I am super open to talking to anybody. I love talking to people. Right. That's like the whole social thing. And that's another big tip I think I want to give. Maybe that's the last tip I'll give, because I see a lot of guys, they're always posting video, but they're never interacting with the people in their comments. They're never going out and commenting on other people's stuff in the same industry. It's like, why is no one liking my stuff, but you're not out there, supporting the community as well,
Right. And to that effect, Meta platforms, your stuff will do better if you're out there interacting with other stuff. It will affect the algorithm.
Great tip. Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's a big deal. Stories, post stories, use hashtags.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, we were. Yeah, no. Yeah, always try. First 2 hours of a video you post, try and talk to everybody at least, dude. I mean, always get back to them no matter what, unless they're just being a douche canoe.
Yeah.
Just leave them alone.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
It does here and there periodically. Yeah. It does. Yeah.
Like you said, it's like 1 out of 100,000.
Clive, thanks for hanging out. Go to sleep.
Yeah,
I need sleep too. It feels like 10 p.m. to me, but I'm not gonna complain anymore.
Yeah, no kidding.
This guy's over in the UK.
He'll be up early at the body shop too, killing it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's a body tech over there, a panel beater, as it were.
Yeah.
That's his. So when you see that somebody named Just a Panel Beater followed you,
that's him.
That's Clive.
Yeah, I'll follow you back, Clive.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Awesome.
Got good content. Good work. Good work.
Most people are good people, right? They are.
Yeah. That's what I found too. It's especially in PDR. PDR has been so awesome. I mean, I really I can't tell you how many conversations I have with people where it ends with PDR is awesome. You know, and it's like, what can you say that about for work? You know,
right?
Nothing.
No,
nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I don't know. There's got to be something else that's awesome out there.
That is all.
Professional golfer.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
Golfing,
you know, if that's your thing.
Fun.
You guys golfers, dude? I'm terrible too, but I love playing 18.
Oh, I'm terrible, but I love it. Yeah, no, it's one of my favorite things. Yeah,
we went golfing in Oklahoma, and I was by far the worst one. Like I couldn't figure it out to save my life.
Well, that was Top Golf, but
sunny enough in Florida.
Still, the idea of like swinging and hitting the ball is just like I don't know. I get up there and I don't know what to do.
You just need practice.
Yeah, it's just like PDR, baby. It's just like PDR. You're handling rods.
Yeah.
Bendy sticks.
Right.
And little holes. Yeah.
Little holes.
Gotcha.
Well, Louie, thanks for coming on. This hour flew by. I mean, I feel like we could go more, just like I say with most people, but it's you definitely it was fun to have you on. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys so much, dude. I'm glad to finally, talk face to face, and I look forward to seeing you in January. I'll sneak
That's what I was just gonna say.
We'll be there. We'll be there hanging out.
Cool. Absolutely. I'll make sure I hunt you guys down.
Well, thanks everybody for coming in and watching. Thanks for going to blackmagicpdr.com and buying some tips.
Get some stuff.
Yeah. And we'll see you all next week. We got a pretty cool show next week. Don't miss it.
Yep. See you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So crank it up loud. Let the story unfold.